Alright, so I promised a second video. I was gonna make my dumb phone collection like a two-parter, so here goes the second part. We're kind of like nearing the bottom, which I guess is kind of cool. There's still like a lot of phones in here. Alright, that aside, let's start with this Kyocera Soho that works phenomenally, with the exception of the fact that the screen's kind of like yellowed. I don't think you can see it on this camera, but like, it looks pretty bad. And I have tried and tried to fix it, but I just don't think there's any way to. But it's in pretty decent shape. It works. It's a good phone. We have this little Samsung bar phone with an FM radio. How crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't have a battery for it, so don't know if it works. Alright. I believe this is the Kyocera Mellow. I think that's what it's called. I couldn't remember even if I wanted to. Here is a leather case from Motorola Microtech. Here is a Samsung Stripe. I don't know if it works or not. I don't think it has a battery. No, it doesn't. But I believe that's called the Stripe. I believe this is the Nokia 6103B, which I have like a few of these and like none of them even work. So, cool. Then I have this other Nokia, which honestly, like a lot of these like newer Nokias, they like take like the smaller charger, or like the skinnier one. I have no way to tell if they work because like 90% of them had like bad batteries. And with Nokia phones, if you either A, don't have a battery, or B, there's like just a bad battery in it that like won't hold a charge at all or even charge, it will not show you any signs of life. Unless it's like a really anywhere like past like maybe like 2008 or something. I don't know. But here we have this, I believe that's like a Samsung Convoy of some sort. Like I said, I can never remember what the names for any of these phones are. I know this is a Razr, which I have like a million of. Definitely need more. I have this LG VX. This is a 5600? I don't think that's right. 4600? Some old ass phone with a camera on it. I don't remember if that one actually works or not. I don't think it does. I have this Nokia bar phone on T-Mobile. Most of the ones that are like this, I know work, but I only have like one battery for like all of them, and that's it. I know this one on Sprint works. It's like the only one that I have that has an antenna. I have this Nokia right here. It's on Singular. It works. It's kind of like the 3310, but just a different model number. Here's this Nokia on AT&T Wireless. If I remember correctly, it works. And this Nokia right here that also works. I think this might actually be my grandmother's old Nokia, which I just kind of have sitting around in here. It's an old bag, but it works. This Nokia takes like an odd battery, so I can't quite test it because I don't have the right battery for it. But it's in really good shape, so it has promise. That's for sure. Then I have this BlackBerry Curve that's in like really beat up shape. It does not have a battery because the old one was hella bulgy and would have exploded if it had expanded just a tiny bit more. Here's this Kyocera Durophone. I believe this is the E4510. I have no idea what carrier it's on. So, yay. BlackBerry Curve. A Nokia N75. That does not work. I've tried to, or that, or at least I just don't have like the right charger for it. Or the battery just doesn't work for shit. Here's the Kyocera. I think it's like either like the Torino or Loft. One of those two. But I know one of them works and one of them doesn't. I have like two of them that like have like both names. UT Starcom Super Slice. It works, but like it's just like whenever I plug it in, it just refuses to power off. It'll just like keep turning itself back on. Two Alcatel One Touch Big Easies. I don't remember if they work or not. Two BlackBerry Pearls, silver, both on Verizon. One's missing its like center thing. The other one actually works just fine. The one that's not missing the centerpiece there. I also have like a red one. Yeah, right here. I don't know if it works or not, but it's in pretty bad shape, as you can see. It's also missing like the back cover, I think, so. If I can get it to power on, that'd be badass. But until I do, you know. I have this Nokia on Singular. It has like one of those like nickel batteries, like made from like nickel or like some other like kinds of chemicals. I have no idea if it works because the battery's bad. Same thing goes for this one. In fact, actually, this one's also my grandmother's. I'm gonna set that aside because there was something I wanted to do with it. Motorola Razr. This one's like a weird magenta color. On T-Mobile, of course. Another Samsung Convoy of some sort. I have like way too many of those. Another BlackBerry Pearl. This one's on Verizon. I believe this is called the Samsung SGH S305G. Something like that. It works. It's just the battery's toast. I have two of these Kyocera 2135s. One that's like got this like really badass like blue outer shell. It's really cool. I like that. And then like another one down here somewhere. Where are you? You can't hide from me forever. I will find you. Well, it's kind of hidden right now, but I'll find it eventually. Right now, we'll look at this Qualcomm QCP 720, I think is what it is, on US West, which I believe is like a precursor to Verizon. We had this Nokia right here on AT&T. I know for a fact that this one actually shows signs of life. So technically it does work. It's just the battery is kind of finicky, so I'm going to have to replace that. Which is going to be a pain in my ass. And down here is this Motorola i850 on who else but Nextel. Right. Yep. There was some YouTuber I watched a while ago who explained that Nextel had like this like feature on every single phone. Primarily Motorola's, because that's who made them. and you could like just straight up use your phone as like a walkie-talkie. Thought that was pretty cool. I have this little LG flip phone on US Cellular. This one I know for a fact boot loops. Here's this BlackBerry Curve on Verizon. Or no, Sprint, sorry. I've had this one for like a long time, and this one was actually on the cover for like one of my first 3 collection videos, which I think is pretty cool. What do I have next? Oh, I have this Alcatel right here. It's called the Alcatel One Touch 80808, I think. Something like that, but I like the look of it. It's like nice and like square and compact. That's a cool look. I believe this is called the Samsung Exclaim, which like slides out in like 2 ways. I think that's pretty cool. I have this little tiny Nokia phone. It's the 6350 1B, I guess. And it's got that really bad like rubber rot on it. Because of course, rubber was always a good idea, or rubber coating was always a good idea to put on phones. This Samsung phone that has like no battery. What is it? Well, it's water damaged, I know that. Let's see. SGHT 309. There we go. Trying to like read this on my camera and it's just not like focusing correctly because of course. We have this Nokia on T-Mobile. It's like really cool looking, but I can't tell if it works. Another one of these like LG phones. Yeah. On Verizon. Other than the fact that it's old, there's not really much I can tell you about it. Here's this UT Starcom slider phone on Verizon. Then I have this BlackBerry Bold on AT&T. And then I got my other Motorola V60. This one is on Altel and it's a nice red, but also missing the antenna. So that sucks. I have this little Nokia phone, but unfortunately it has like a weird, unique battery that's like smaller than like all the others. Now I gotta try and put it back on, or the battery cover back on. For some reason, like those old Nokia batteries don't like swell up. They just sort of it's like they have like a little indicator on them, and if it's like, hold up, it's like this darn thing just does not want to. There we go. Sorry, it's being a bit stubborn. But like, they don't like expand or whatever. It's just like they have like an indicator, and if it gets like kind of like blurred or it's like kind of like looks like somebody like dropped like water on it or something, that means it's bad. If it's just a straight red line, then you know it's good. But anyways, here's this AudioVox CDM 135. It's got a bad battery, but it does actually work if you just plug a charger into it. It's pretty cool. Here's a Kyocera Jet, or no, this is the Rally, because the Rally has like the rear-facing camera and kind of a different like D-pad on it. Ironically enough, this phone actually was my first ever phone. I got it back when I was like, I think like 12 or something. Like on my 12th birthday. And I was obsessed with it. Alright. Now I have this Nokia on SNet. Don't know if it works. Like, look at how tremendous this pile is, man. It's crazy. Then I have this cool looking Nokia. It's like in decent enough shape. Don't know if it works though because it takes that. Well, actually, yeah, it takes that weird ass charger that I was talking about. Next though, I have a Nokia 282, which actually does work, but the battery's kind of finicky. But it does hold at least a little bit of a charge. Next up, I have this Samsung phone right here. I do not remember what the model number is on it, but it does not work. I'm guessing like the battery's dead or something. I don't know, but like it won't even charge. Next up, I have this BlackBerry. I think this is also a Curve. Can't remember for sure if that one works or not, but I have this BlackBerry Tor right here. And if I remember correctly, this one does. It's also in pretty good shape. I have this like BlackBerry durable phone right here, which is cool, I guess. Right here is a BlackBerry Curve that was, I'm guessing, like set on fire or something. It's like, look at that, man. It's like crazy, bro. How does that even happen? Like, set the damn thing on fire, man. It's crazy. But miraculously, it still works. Then I have this BlackBerry on AT&T, also a Curve. Don't remember if that one works or not. I have this Alcatel One Touch. I think it's like a Easy Flip or something like that, like My Flip. I don't know. On a Great Call. It's like a senior phone. On Jitter, or it's the Alcatel Jitterbug. That's what it is. It does not work, unfortunately, and I think it's just that it has a bad battery on it. I have this other Samsung phone. I have no idea if it works or not. Sadness. I have this Alcatel phone on Consumer Cellular. Does not currently have a charge, though. But I know for a fact that it works. BlackBerry Torch. I know it works. It's on AT&T. Or actually, no. Nah, this BlackBerry Torch doesn't work at all. My bad. What else do we have in this magnificent collection? How about an SGH A107? Samsung. I know it works, but it just doesn't have a charge right now. It's nothing too exciting. It's just a little basic phone. I think that this one is the OG Samsung Elias. Like the first one. Which, I don't think that one works, but my Elias 2 does. I think I showed that one in like the last video, though. So yeah, here's that other like Kyocera phone that I was talking about. One's the Loft, one is the Torino. This one is the Loft, so that means the other one must be the Torino. But they're basically the exact same thing, just on different carriers. Here's my Alcatel One Touch E256 on Virgin Mobile. It does work. But like, the sound quality for like anything on this is absolute dog shit. Like, listen. Sounds like something you'd hear like on one of those like old school Leapsters. It's just so bad. Why is it so bad? Here's this other Alcatel flip phone. I think it's called a Smart Flip. Battery's dead. That's some track phone. I think it might be a different one that I'm thinking of. Here's another Samsung Gusto on Verizon. does not hold a charge, or does not have a charge right now. Here's that other Motorola T721 that I was talking about. This one's on AT&T and has a bad screen. There's like some like rattling around in there. Don't know what it is. Oh well. Another Kyocera Mellow. This one actually works. Just it's just ugly. Yeah. Another LG Revere 3. Good God, I have so many of those. They gotta go. And another Samsung Gusto, but like this one's like in really bad shape. It's ugly. Then another black. What the fuck? What was that? Here's a BlackBerry. What was it? Curve. That's what it is. What phone was that? What the hell? I know one of y'all just turned on. You might as well just confess who it was. Oh. I found it. This motherfucker just turned itself on. Yeah, get back in the pile, you. What is this? The AudioVox CDM 8600, which is the cousin of the 8500, but the 8500 has a monochrome display, whereas the 86 is a color. Here's a little like Nokia phone. Does not have a battery in it. Here's this little Samsung bar phone. It's the SGH-T101G. I'm guessing you're kind of noticing a pattern here. Like, I'm only, like, looking at, like, a phone's model number if, like, the back's already open. Like, here's another, like, Samsung slider phone. I have one that's like this, but it's, like, blue. And that one's, like, red. Here's this Nokia on Singular. It works. Just don't have a battery in it right now. Here's the other Kyocera 2135. This one's black. It's kind of wraith in it. I don't know. Here's this Nokia on T-Mobile. Well, I guess if the back's coming off, I might as well just look at the model number. What is it? 6080. I can't see on the 6086. Come on. I actually want to like make sure you guys get a chance to read it. Now, my phone won't really focus correctly for some reason. Alright. Now this Samsung right here, I think it's called the Samsung Wave. And it's on US Cellular. That one basically just gets stuck on the boot screen. For some reason. I don't know why. Then I have this Nokia right here, which actually works. Even without a battery. Let's see. It's like there's a bunch of like batteries down here. A lot of weird shit. Here is a little Alcatel one-touch bar phone. I have like 2 of these in here. And they both work just fine. I believe this is actually called the Alcatel Smart Flip. And it's on KaiOS. What the hell's going on with this phone? Sorry, not this. The one that I'm filming with right now. Yeah, but it works. I can even like browse the internet on it, like go to YouTube and all that. I have this like other like little LG on AT&T. It works. I just haven't charged it like in a while. And then I have this little like Samsung slider phone that I think is on AT&T. But unfortunately, the the battery like thing responsible for connecting the battery was pretty much disintegrated because the battery corroded on it. So you can't use a battery on it anymore. Here is a old ass Nokia that just needs to be thrown in the trash. Good God, just focus already. The 6102i. That needs to just be thrown in the bin because it's obviously destroyed. Whoops. Sorry. Another Samsung Gusto of some sort. Let me get that battery, though. That's where it belonged. Kind of just debating if I should just take, like, the batteries out of, like, all of these phones and just store them somewhere separate. Oh, that might not be a good idea. That is not a CDM 8500. This is something else, but I don't have, like, the right charger for it. I just can't seem to find it. I have this little Alcatel bar phone right here. This one does work. I have tested it. I guess we're getting on to like the final few phones left. Here's this little LG on Embark. It works. I know that for a fact. And then I have this other UT Starcom slider phone. I have no idea if it works or not. And this other Kyocera K127. I don't know if it works because I don't have a charger for that one. And then this Samsung phone, which boot loops, but that's because it does not have a battery in it. So until I find one, it's kind of useless. Then I have this audio box on Virgin Mobile. It's in pretty rough condition, but this is the CDM 8500 right here. It's actually pretty cool because like it gives you like a monochrome display in which you can change the backlight into like 7 different colors. It's like really effing cool. Here's another Qualcomm QCP 2700. Is it the 720 or 2700? I forget. Either way, I don't know if either of those two work because I don't have a charger for it. But here's this Samsung right here. The SCH U540. Don't have a battery for it, so I have no idea if it works. I have this other like little Nokia phone on AT&T. The battery on it doesn't charge anymore, so I can't like turn it on. And here's a pretty interesting one, the Kyocera Phantom. I have 2 of these. I have one that has a color display and one with a monochrome display. They both work if you put a battery in them, but yeah, past that, just bleh. This is the Kyocera Jax, which looks a lot like the Rally, but it doesn't have a front camera. So, you know. Here's the Sprint version of like that Kyocera durable phone. Though this one is like in really bad shape and smells like cigarettes for some reason. Gross. This little LG on track phone. It's like in really bad shape. Oh, and here is the, if I can get it to focus, the Kyocera 2235. That one works, just the battery doesn't really hold a charge anymore. Another like little Samsung on Verizon. I don't remember if that one works or not. I think it's boot loops or something. And this Nokia on AT&T. Missing a battery. It is the 6085H. Huh. I don't know. Another Kyocera Mellow. This one's white and on Metro PCS. Alright. Here is a Samsung SPH-A460. Yeah. Which one of the keys like keeps falling off, but like it still works. Actually, I wonder if it even has a charge. Hold on. Keep like putting them in the pile and then keep like for like one reason or another bringing them back out. No? Okay. But I have done a startup and shutdown video of it before. And I know it works. Then I have this little Kyocera durable phone on Verizon. It works, just needs a battery before I can actually do anything with it. And like, what is this doing here? I have this little UT Starcom phone. I actually got it brand new in box. It does work. It's just like the battery's dead on it, so I need to charge it. Samsung Flight, which is basically just which is kind of like the twin sister of the T-Mobile version, which is the Samsung Smiley. I have this little Nokia right here with its centerpiece missing. And then another one of those El Cheapo Samsung phones, the GT1200R, which seems like this one's actually from China. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus. Yeah. And then, last but not least, is this Samsung touchscreen phone. I think this might actually be the Exclaim. I don't remember what model it is, but it's pretty cool. Alright, but that's all of them. The rest of this... Actually, no. One more phone? That's crazy. Okay, yeah. Just a Kyocera Mellow. Again, like nasty. But, yeah, that is it. Alright. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll, see you again in future videos. Peace.